Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 8 of the Wigan Athletic career mode. So we've got Scunthorpe in our first game, and while you're around here guys, don't forget to drop a like on this video right now and go and subscribe while you are around here as well, which is great. And yeah, so the first game, as I said, is going to be against Scunthorpe. We're going to be using our first team, and we can actually see when we have a look that we do actually have Lazaro still out for 7 days, so we are going to have to play Rojas against Scunthorpe, which isn't a problem because he's still a great player, but it would be nice when we get Lazaro back in the team, which obviously will be in this episode at some point. So we're heading into the first game here against Scunthorpe, looking for a win. We're quite high in points above second place in the table. We are still first, and the first opportunity of the game does come for us in the 3rd minute when we lay the ball through to Gracia, who just slots the ball around the goalkeeper into the bottom left hand corner to give us the lead very early on against this weakened, not as powerful Scunthorpe United team, which is good. Pretty decent goal as well. I always like to see Gracia getting a goal because obviously he is our young future star kind of player, so that's good. Anything that will boost his confidence and hopefully get him growing a few ratings, so that's good. And then yeah, when we move in to the next clip in a second, you will see that the next goal we do get, we run over the ball with Rojas, play it to him from the free kick, and he does actually score. So despite the fact he's replacing Lazaro, we just get the goal there as well. And I'll also, you know guys, keep watching in the video, there is a potential goal of the season contender in this video, which is fantastic, and it was a very good goal from him as well. But let's concentrate on this match first of all. Very good goal there from Rojas. Pretty glitch technique there really when you run over the ball, but they do get a goal back just before half time. Great finish from their player, you can't take anything away from him. Just plays the ball through straight through our defence and into the back of the net, which got them the goal back, but I still felt comfortable in the game. And that was actually the last clip we have, and that was full time, and we did win and hold out for the rest of the game to win the game 2-1. As you can see there, we did dominate them. They only had 2 shots with a 1 on target compared to our 13 with 5 on target, which is absolute clear domination, and we're definitely going to win that. So we get an update from our scout there, and we get McCann saying that he's a bit annoyed that he's not playing, but we are going to go into our next game against Newport, which we're going to play with our second team, and we are actually going to sim as well. It is only FA Cup second round, and I feel as if we should beat Newport if we sim this game. So if we go in against them now, we can see what the result is going to be, and hopefully we'll get a win and progress through to the next stage of the FA Cup, which is where the Premier League teams come in. We did actually get a goal with Wilshire in the 23rd minute, which is always very good. And it's gone half time now, a few substitutions being made. You can see this all yourself, but you know, quite hard to commentate over a simmed match, so I'm going to do it anyway. And we're doing quite well, and they equalise in the 84th minute, and it ends up being a draw, which will force a replay, which will probably be in the next episode. First off, we have some player training to do, and all the way through this video, I actually forgot to put Lazaro back in when instead of Headingley when he does regain from being injury, and Dembele actually goes up a rating there as well to 71. So Henley's going to be getting trained for the rest of this episode instead of Lazaro. And next we have a cup game against Millwall, which is a Johnson's Paint Trophy. So I felt as if we should probably sim this one as well, as I'm not really that bothered about the Johnson's Paint Trophy. So I'm guessing, you know, it's not going to be that great of a cup to win. And we do actually go 1-0 down though in the 14th minute, Gregory scoring. As I said though, I wasn't too bothered because we did equalise in the 33rd minute with McAlhaney, but Vucinic did get injured, which isn't good. But you know, it is our second team, so we can probably find a replacement for him. And we're going all the way into extra time here in a minute, as it did not get settled in normal time, but Davis gets to the goal. We're coming on as a sub in the 95th minute, and we do see out the rest of the game and end up going through to, I don't really know what it is, because that was the area semi-final. So do you get the area final now, or do you get some kind of other I'm not really sure, but we've gone through to the next round of the Johnson's Paint Trophy, which is good. and we find out that Vucinic is injured there as well. We can move on to our next game against Peterborough now, which is going to be with our first team. And as you can see, in a minute we are actually going to replace Rojas back with Lazaro, as he is back from his injury now, which is fantastic. And you can also see that we are pretty, like 13 points ahead now, I think, at top, which is absolutely brilliant. And I can see us seeing it out for the rest of the season and getting promoted. So if we do head into the first clip of the second game against Peterborough, we'll see how we do in this game. We haven't lost a game in a while, which is good. I can't even remember last time we lost. We picked the ball up with James, played it to Grigg, played it to Dembele, and it's a tidy finish into like the middle right hand side of the goal there from Dembele to give us a lead in the 15th minute. We do like getting early goals. That's not as early as what some of them have been in the past, but you know, it's still pretty early on. And it was fantastic, really. It's good start. All your commentaries probably sound the same. That's all I ever do, isn't it? Commentate about the goal and say, yeah, it's a great start. But you know, it is a good start for us, and you know, it's good to go on and give ourselves a good position in the game. So we play the ball through to Wilgrigg again here with Dembele, prime around the keeper. Fantastic save. Goes out for a corner. Wilgrigg won't finish there. He wanted to score. Feels as if he should have scored. Gracia puts the ball in. Wilgrigg with the header into the top left-hand corner. Fantastic header, fantastic goal, and puts us 2-0 up as well. Now, I think we may be nearing the January transfer window now, guys. Not exactly sure where we are, but leave some comments down below, like people have done before. Just comment on players, obviously realistic, that you want me to sign. So don't go and say you want me to sign Paul Pogba because I'm Wigan Athletic and there's no chance I'm going to be able to do that. But we do actually pick up another goal here as well, crossing it in. Great header from Lazaro on his game back from injury. Hits a bar, hits a post, and then still goes in. But yeah, comment any players you want me to sign, because the last person that commented was Rojas, and he was a free agent, so we went and signed him. And he's been pretty decent for us. He's got a fantastic goal for us in his debut game, where he took around a few players and actually scored. So feel free to comment any players down below. I'd definitely encourage it, because the chances are, because not many people comment on my videos, because I'm only a smaller channel, chances are if you comment a player, I am going to be able to sign him if I have the budget and if he accepts the offer and stuff. So yeah, as I said, guys, get commenting, and yeah, I'm probably going to pick your players. So we went 3-0 up here. I was pretty confident, but the problem was we couldn't hold out for as long as I wanted, as we do concede this AIDS goal here. Can't really call it an AIDS goal. It was a bit unlucky, but you know, we probably should have dealt with it beforehand. And they do actually get the not the equaliser, but they get a goal back, which wasn't good at all. And then not long after that as well, they ran through again and did actually manage to get another goal there by passing it to their striker there after the midfielder had skinned a few players. So I was a bit worried at this point. You know, it's the 3-2 stage. 3-1, obviously, you seem alright with, but then when it gets to 3-2, you get a bit worried. But we did run pretty much near enough from kick-off. Great play from all the boys. Played it back through to Dembele, and he does get a pretty much instant goal, which was very, very good. Put us 4-2 up and made me breathe a bit better, because I was thinking that we were going to concede the equaliser there and then maybe then push on to win the game. So we just needed to get another goal so we could have a bit of breathing room ahead of Peterborough. Because I got a bit carried away, obviously going 3-0 up, you think you're going to win the game. And then I'm pretty sure this could be the one where it's a goal of the season contender. Ball goes in, comes out, Max Power touches it away on the volley. Oh my god, what a goal that is. That is probably going to be a goal of the season. I know there was a good few pre-season games where we had some good goals from Vucinic and that, but they were against lower league sides, like not even in our country, which, you know, I think this one deserved it. And in this third camera angle, when you see how far into the corner this goes, takes it away, opposite side of the goal, and look at that finish. That is just such a good goal. And he actually scored a similar, well no, he hit the post from a similar kind of shot in this same game, which I will show at the end of the video. So that put us 5-2 up, and that was a fantastic way to get the last kind of goal for us of the game. But they do get a free kick here in the 83rd minute, and they do cross it and do cross it in, and I'm not very good at defending these, so it does end up going through. The first player missed a header, and it was a bit of a rubbish goal, but you know, everyone likes an 8-goal thriller, and that was in fact full time, 5-3. Great game, lots and lots of goals. But in a minute, you will see this max power attempt where he does hit the post from a similar volley to what he scored. Look, it's bouncing, he hits it on the full volley, and it hits the post. So I was a bit gutted when he hit the post there, but you know, after scoring that goal, I'm not too bothered. And Will Grigg did get man of the match as well for getting the goal, and I think he said 2 assists there, I'm not really sure. But nonetheless, it was a fantastic game to play as well, and Peterborough did pretty well as well. Not many teams have scored 3 goals against us, so you've got to give them some kind of credit. And we do have a bit more training before our quarter-final Capital One Cup game against Walsall, which is actually pretty important. So we're going to be hopefully playing that with our first team, and trying to get into the semi-final of the Capital One Cup, which is fantastic for a team like Wigan. So we actually get a player injured as well, which is I can't quite remember who it was. Oh no, it was Barnett for 8 weeks. So we are actually going to play McCann, and there's 2 more games left in this episode now. We're going to play the Walsall game and then sim the final game after this one. But yeah, that's a massive blow to the team, because Barnett was having some absolutely fantastic games. You didn't see it in the clips, because I don't really show. I only show the goals, but he was doing very, very well for me, and giving some very solid performances and saving them last few minutes at some point, which was pretty annoying that he got injured for that time period as well. But you know, we got on a fantastic run with Lazaro from the start of the game, put it straight into Will Grigg, straight from kick-off, and we do get the goal there very, very early on. I was speaking about how early on the 15-minute goal was with Dembele, and then we scored in the 3rd minute with Gracia in the first game, but then we scored near enough within 1 minute with Will Grigg to put us 1-0 up in the Capital One Cup semi-finals, quarter-finals, sorry, which was very good, and did put us in a good position to go into the semi-finals, which was also good. And I'm going to lose quite a bit of budget at the end of this episode, guys. I did actually have to renew some of the players' contracts, keep them within the club, but you know, we should still have some money to sign a player if we want, and we do actually get another goal there with Will Grigg as well. Not long after, in the 14th minute there, so he was on for a very, very early hat-trick if he could get one. So we started the game very, very brightly. Again, it's another headed goal from a corner. He seems very, very good, and the keeper comes out. There's 2 other players around him, one of his own players, I think it's lost his cheek, and then their defender as well, which he just kind of elbows in the face and pushes to the floor. But it was a very good start from the team and from Will Grigg. But again, we have these free kicks that we like to concede every now and then, which we did in the 34th minute. But apart from that, guys, that was it really. There wasn't many more attacks or anything, and not many more goals either. And that was the end of the game. We did progress through to the semi-finals of the Capital One Cup, and the teams that are left in it are the likes of, I think, Everton, and I can't remember who else we'll see in a second. But yeah, there's Everton, and I didn't even see the rest, but you can pause it and have a look if you would like. Hoping not to get Everton, you can see they're a pretty good team, but you know, it depends who the other ones were. And we are going to sim this final game of the episode against Port Vale, who it is. So hopefully we'll come out with a win from this as well. We are going to play with our second team, and we are currently 13 points ahead at the top of the table, obviously. And it's a very, very good position to be in. How many games have we played so far? Can't remember. We've played, yeah, we're nearly in January, look. December 19th. So next episode we possibly could be in January. We could be in the transfer window, and we could maybe sign a few players next episode, hopefully, which will be very good. Didn't notice that, but we do. And McCann actually gets a goal after moaning to us for not playing him. Then Barnett gets injured. We put him in the second team as well as the first team, and he gets a goal, which is fantastic. And then McElhaney gets another goal, and then Morty gets a goal, and Port Vale are looking very, very bad at this point. But that is it, and we did win 3-0. So that's going to be the end of the episode, guys. Still on the top of the table. Our next game is the game against Newport, the replay. So that's going to be the end of the episode, guys. So drop a like down below and subscribe while you're around here. But that's it, guys. So yeah, apart from that, guys, have a very nice rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.
through Alexandra to